It took me a long time to admit that I'm an artist, and I never took that lightly, calling people an artist. Now I do feel like an artist because I have earned it. Art has always been on my side throughout my entire life. It has given me confidence. It's made me feel a part of society, and it's made me feel a part of school. Every job I've had, art has been so important to me that 4 years ago I made that commitment of making art first and for me to be on the art side. It's a modern impressionism, very loose brushstrokes, immediate brushstrokes, not overthinking it, lots of color, contrasting color, color temperatures, shapes of color, no details. You have different masses. You have your large masses that balance with the medium and the small masses. Of course, there's the elements of a painting, the values. You have to learn how to arrange those big masses against the small masses. And a lot of orchestrating those shapes around. And that's part of when you go out to a landscape, you don't just start painting. You have to walk around. You have to maybe move over 10 feet to the left, and you have to arrange those by moving around. And once you get that arranged landscape, which is done by nature, you're just the viewer, then you can stop and record it. I've always known I was very creative. I was always always had the scissors and tape, always constructing, creating. I could keep myself occupied and keep myself busy as a young child. My 4th grade teacher, Mr. Mann, one day it was raining outside and we needed something else to do, so he had redirected us into drawing some birds. So he gathered us around this table and he asked us to draw the bird off the poster. And then at the end of the drawing session, I remember everyone gathering around me wondering, golly, or they were commenting that it was very good. I was impressed because I was good at one thing. In 6th grade, I had a great teacher that we would do a monthly art project. Of course, that helped my confidence just as a student. When I knew I was good at something, I felt a part of the school system. And then I had a teacher in 7th grade. She was the official art teacher. She taught an hour a day, and so I had art an hour a day every day, and so of course I just loved it. She opened the world of art to me. When I was in college, I took an oil painting class, and I hated it. In fact, I did not paint with oils for probably 10 years. So later on in life, my high school art teacher had talked me into going to an oil painting workshop, and I wanted to just snub it, and I thought, no, I'll just go, make her happy and try it, something new. I'm always up for something new because I always felt like I was a jack of all trades. So I go to this oil painting workshop with Gay Falconberry. She's a very well-known plein air painter of Oklahoma, and wow, she made it look like magic. I've been so lucky as an artist to have all of these mentors, these art teachers, people I've met along the way that have helped encourage me and have helped share their knowledge, and therefore I want to return that to others. My path has been absolutely perfect. I had to be an art teacher to be where I'm at now. Here I have all of this experience, actually 12 and a half in public school, and then I taught kind of like an artist in resident for the Chickasaw Nation. 17 years has made me a better artist. Four years ago, I had went to see an important artist that was coming to Wichita, Kansas, and I was going to have him sign a book. And before he signed my book, he looked at me and he asked, "Are you an artist?" And my lips wouldn't say yes, but my mind said, "No, I'm an art teacher." So it was then and there that I thought, hey, I want to try this. I want to see where I can go with this. I retired from teaching, and I've been practicing since. I'll be working on a painting, and people will come up and ask if that's for sale. I mean, it's always worked out. It always does. Yes, I get scared. Sometimes I think, oh no, this bill's going to be due coming up. And it is scary because you just don't have that stable income. There are people out there that can connect with what I've created. And therefore, I need to continue that. I need to keep giving, keep sharing. There was a quote a long time ago. I've saved it because when I went into teaching, I knew I would not make any money at all. I did not do it for the money. I wanted to teach so I could give back. And the quote said, do what you love and money will come. Because once you lose that fear of not making any money, then you can focus and do what you're supposed to do in life. I've got to do this and do it now because time goes by so fast and it takes a lot of effort to become an artist. And the older I get, I notice the environment changes. Within the last 15 years, it's changed a lot. I might be on the way to a wedding and I see these beautiful cows out in the pasture with the sunlight on them. And of course I want to stop because that might be my only chance to get that photograph where those cows are just right in the right spot. Because cows don't move for you, horses or goats. You just have to come upon it and get that moment because they will never be in that same arrangement again. You cannot wait until you're in the mood. You just have to work. And sometimes they'll show up unexpectedly. I've had those days where I've gone to the studio and think, oh, I'm not feeling it today. But after I get started, sometimes it sneaks up on you and you get lost and you look up and it's time to go home. If I have a connection with my subject, I have more feelings tied up into it. When I'm painting, it's not just because of the subject matter. It might be just because of the abstract shapes, the color scheme, the color energy, the composition might be more interesting. All of my paintings have some kind of sentimental emotion. If I paint donkeys, they might have been my donkeys, or if it's a certain house, it might have been my grandmother's house, or my grandfather raised Angus cows, and so it was something that means something. It's not just a pretty picture. Well, these landscapes, these animals, they are my culture. I grew up with all of these Angus cows, sheep, donkeys. That's my Oklahoma culture. That's who I am. And that's why I feel it's so important to record that. Because there's a lot of people, that's who they are. This is my backyard. This is Oklahoma. I love to go to other states and plein air paint. It feels very foreign. I enjoy it because it's a new experience, new arrangements of shapes, and it's exciting. But when I come back to Oklahoma, it makes me appreciate it that much more. It might take days. It might be an incubation for a while. I might pass this same house every day for years. But then one day, I come upon it and the light's just right. And so I'm going to record that with my camera and then take it back to the studio and make it a little bit more poetic. I've always been the type of person to listen to my inner voice. I always tease the kids about listening to their intuition, their inner voice. That's very important in life, and maybe I've just been so lucky. I pull my inspiration from nature. Being outdoors keeps me grounded. Painting from nature or life is the best teacher. When I'm outdoors and I'm painting what I see directly, it's honesty. I'm getting the information directly right then and there. As an artist, it's very important for me to keep reminding people of our nature. There are so many people that do not get out. It's gorgeous seeing all of these landscapes. Everyone's stuck indoors. My part as an artist is to remind people what's out there. Coping with the elements outdoors can be very trying. A lot of preparation goes into that. A lot of watching the weather the week of, and of course the hat, keeping the sun off of you, umbrellas, bug screen, wind, taking your car, directing it into the wind so you can paint behind it. Once I get everything set up, I start to paint. That's when you lose yourself. That doesn't happen all the time. I wish it did. When you're out there in nature, your emotions, everything is higher. Your senses are more in touch. I can concentrate and tap into that inner creativity. I can visually look at nature and put all of the abstract shapes together, the different color temperatures. And if I could do poetry visually, that's what this is. There are a lot of languages in this world, and of course my preferred and natural language is art. I can visually connect with the world through the language of art. I'm talking with color temperatures, textures, shapes, composing all of those elements to create a picture. And so I do paint my truth. That's just who I am. I'm just a simple country Oklahoma girl. I see pastures, I see cows, I see colors, I see textures, shapes, abstract shapes. That's the way I look at the world. Many people are in the car and they look out and they, oh, there's a barn and a cow and a sheep or grass, hay. But I look at it differently. I look at it in the visual language of art. Love what you paint. I do that. It makes it so much more exciting, much more emotional. Plus, you give it your all. You give it your 110% if it's something that's important to you. When you are painting what you love, it shines through. It's honest. When you're painting as an artist, when you create artwork, it is the truth. It's who you are. You're putting it on display for everyone to see. There's no lying or denying it.